Today's adventure brings me to the original, the very first, the one that started it all, Dunkin Donuts. As it states right there, the original Dunkin on the side of the building itself as the recording of this Wednesday, June 29th, 2022, in a little area called Quincy on the outskirts of Boston, Massachusetts. I'll start off with a piping hot caffeinated beverage, a coffee, aka a coffee, from a place that I have frequented hundreds of times, but never the first Dunkin. I mean, I've been to other Dunkins, but never the first one. And I like this little painting of a car here. Curbside pickup only. Reserved parking. I guess I could have parked here. Well, I didn't pre-order though, so I probably wouldn't be allowed to park here. But right here, you got the car, but then you also have where it says reserved here. And then also, look at this. That is quite a coffee. The size of that is like a third of that person's torso. That would keep you hyped. And one could show up at any hour of the night to get themselves a little coffee or a donut that they could dunk in there because it's opened 24 hours a day. Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here, accomplished. It's about to happen. I'm inviting you to join me, not only here, but I'm gonna go to some other local spots around the area. Oh man, that's warm. Warm. Join me, shall you? Probably should have had my sunglasses on when I was just doing the intro, but I didn't. And I probably should have a cardboard sleeve on this because the heat is permeating through this. On the side of what is a newer structure, it states that this is the site of the original. The address is 543 South Artery in Quincy, Massachusetts. And this is a photo of what the original building looked like. Now inside, also established in 1950, but after I stepped inside before I ordered my coffee, I kind of perused around and noticed that they have a photo of what the original building looked like on the side of the wall in here. Kind of a retro feel to this place with the seats, the little stools and whatnot on the side. And then they also have, which is kind of neat, the evolution of basically the logo itself. So over the years, morphing from what it originally was, and then the little character that they had, a little mascot, and then kind of morphing into the modern day Dunkin Donuts logo as well, which is pretty neat. And there's also a little more information on the side of this coffee cup that basically says the first Dunkin Donuts was opened in 1950 on this site in Quincy, Massachusetts by founder Bill Rosenberg. In March '79, the Carvalho family began brewing original Dunkin Donuts location and has owned and operated it ever since. Pretty dang cool. I love Dunkin coffee. Right here off the water at this very beautiful residential area is a property where the man who invented, some say the donut, some say the donut hole, many, many years ago. Here at Sailor's Home. There are a lot of, oh my gosh, get away from me, bugs. There's like so many bugs out here. They're like all around my face. Right here used to be some sort of placard. Oh, they are like, I don't know what they are, biting flies or something out here in the woods, trying to find the spot. His name was Hanson Crockett Gregory. No affiliation with Dunkin Donuts other than the fact that he is said to have created the donut. But I thought it was kind of a neat tie-in. And the gate is open. Let's see what I can find. Okay, no such luck. The inventor, oh my gosh, these stupid bugs. Inventor of the donut is not here. Got to do a little more research. Was misinformed. Okay, I noticed this and stopped to read it. Can't tell what the name of the plant is up here with the skull and crossbones. This is very dangerous though. Kind of gives some information about how it's toxic to humans and animals. However, chicory, you know, tie into coffee, can be used as a substitute. The ground roots can be used as an additive to substitute for coffee. Just whatever that little cluster there is, don't want to consume that. You might have like an into the wild moment. Not good. All right, turns out my try number 2 for this was about 3 or 4 miles away from the spot I thought it was. Snug Harbor Sailor's Path. This is a quest. And into the club, a fly just went by my face, or behind my ear, into this clearing here. See what I can find. We'll not be able to get in here, however. But I can, from this angle, see what I'm looking for. Captain Hanson, Gregory. Recognized by the National Bakers Association as the inventor of the donut. Born in Camden, Maine. Passed away here in Quincy, Massachusetts back in 1921. Look at that. And it all depends on who you talk to, whether or not he really invented the donut. Some say it was the donut hole. The donut already existed, but he was the first one. Right here along this very beautiful lake. Some say he was the one that punched the hole in the donut, which turned it into a donut, and then you got donut holes. And now getting some fuel here. $5.07 a gallon. This is a full service station. Hello, dog. Look at that vintage sign over there for the dairy freeze next to the gas station. Yeah, I figured I'd just fill it up myself instead of having someone do it. Just traveled a few miles away over to the town of Milton in this museum, which I don't believe is open today, but the parking area was. And if you walk down the hill, there is an interesting recreation of Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln here. His cabin. An accurate representation, built to scale. Way down here at the end of the way. I probably could have parked on the other side. I didn't really know where it was. I kind of traversed around a little bit till I found it. This was built back in the 20s, early 1920s. I used to have Lincoln logs when I was young and build little log cabins similar to this one. Lincoln logs, Abraham Lincoln, they were logs to make a log cabin. There has to be a correlation of some sort. This cabin is a replica of the log cabin which stands at Abraham Lincoln's birthplace in Hodgenville, Kentucky. The logs of the original cabin were hewn together of the Lincoln farmstead under red soil, used as mortar. We do not know what furnishings were in the original cabin at Lincoln's birth, but records suggest Lincoln had a table, set of chairs, bureau, feather desk, cloth press, spinning wheel, and loom in adjacent to basic kitchen equipment. The original cabin had a dirt floor. The window may have been covered in oiled paper, is what that's saying. Now there's no door. Oh, there's a door handle. Okay, it's locked. Can't go in. But this is awesome. An exact replica of Lincoln's cabin. And this is looking around the back side of it. Pretty awesome. And just like Lincoln logs, you would place the wooden planks on top of each other. They'd have the notches, and it would just set right on there to make up the cabin itself. Right here off this major thoroughfare, you can just see how Milton and Quincy and Adams Street are all pretty much in the same general area. There's something very interesting at the top of this hill, at the base of the hill, leading down the hill. It's the remnants of an old incline railroad. You go to the end of this street, it's this cul-de-sac, this residential section. There is this old building, and adjacent to that is where the Incline Railroad begins at the bottom of this hill. The Granite Railway, originally built to carry stone quarried for the Bunker Hill, was among one of the first railroads in America, dating back to 1830. Here's a photo here showing of it in operation. Here's an artistic rendering of how it worked. Oh wow, shadow of that plane just went over. National Historic Engineering Landmark, the Granite Railway. This marker commemorates the 150th anniversary. And that was in 1976, was the 150th anniversary. The gateway marks the foot of the old incline, Granite Railway. Work was begun on April 1st of 1826 and completed in October of 1826. So it only took 6 months, give or take, not even a full year. This represents the first car on the Granite Railway, first railway in America. What the heck? So I've been to the first Dunkin', and now I've been to the first railway in America, according to that placard. That's awesome. Look at this. You can still see the rock and the granite here. I'm gonna try to traverse up this thing. This is really cool. A little bit of workout walking up this incline. I've been to a few active incline railroads in my day, the last, 5 or 10 years or so. The first one that comes to my mind is in Chattanooga, Tennessee. There's got to be others, but that's the first one that pops into my mind. This one is not as lengthy as that one. This one probably only, I don't know, 150, 200 yards maybe. At least what's here left kind of ends right here. But nonetheless, a huge piece of railroad history. Incline railroad history. It's hard to tell the perspective of this though, from the camera's perspective, because just to see how steep this is going up the side of this incline. It's a little bit of a walk coming up here. And I like the fact that it has been documented, with the plaques and whatnot, given all the info of what this was. So if anyone stumbles on this, they're not wondering. Just kind of rotting away here in the Massachusetts woods. Relics of the past, serious relics of the past. Man, that is so awesome. These pulleys, metal cables here. And another very cloudy cumulonimbus type of day. Might end up at some point get a little rainstorm. Looks like there's a little rain up in those clouds, but sunny and nice here in Massachusetts. It's been nice being in this area for the last few days. I would be here at least a few days or more. I've been gone for a heck of a long time from my homestead in Celebration, Florida. In fact, I got to thinking, because I went to the original Dunkin Donuts today. I went to the first Starbucks out on the West Coast on the same road trip, and it seems like forever ago. But I have not been home since then. It is well into past 60 days. I've almost lost count. At some point I'll do a tally how many days I've been gone. I have a tentative thought in my mind of when I'll be back, but who knows? I change my mind a lot. I think with that, I'm gonna head into my hotel, relax a little bit, and plan out the rest of my trip. Again, I will be in this area for a few more days. Maybe even a week, but I don't know. At least a few more days. And then I'll start heading back to Florida at some point. Maybe, possibly. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.